Oh, we are excited to launch a new weekly segment here on Daytime, one that's sure to appeal to all parents out there. It is called Education Today. It's a chance for the experts of one of the most respected private schools in our area to share their experience and advice with everyone. So join me right now. We're going inside the classroom of Columbus Academy, a place where their quest of the best begins with the basics, learning to read. If your child's preschool years are coming to an end, you're likely thinking a lot about kindergarten. Is your child ready for the big school? How can you help them prepare? At Columbus Academy, it is all about fostering a love for literacy. To read, meaning to look at and comprehend the written word. And according to kindergarten teacher Crystal Mitchell,
it's the gateway to learning. So my biggest goal is to help kids realize that school is fun and for them to really love learning. And so books open up that door.
Crystal has been teaching at Columbus Academy for 3 years. Her classroom shows her obvious passion for books, a passion that she instills in every child that passes through her doors.
So here in kindergarten, we learn that there are 3 ways to read a book. You can read the words, like adults do, or you can look at the pictures and create your own story, or you can retell a familiar book. So that's an easy tip for parents to use at home. Oftentimes you'll see a little baby sit in a corner with a book upside down and flip through the pages, and you can hear them mumbling, trying to read to themselves. That's an important stage of reading. It's important for kids to feel comfortable enough with a book to sit down and try.
And speaking of starting at home, that's where Crystal says it's important for parents to be the role models, to understand that if they read, their children will follow suit.
So Crystal, if there is a parent out there, their child is in their preschool years, they're getting ready to go to kindergarten, what advice would you give them as far as getting their child interested, getting them excited about reading?
It's very important that children see their parents reading on a daily basis. We read all the time. Of course, we have our phones in front of our faces and we're reading. Share what you're looking at on your phone. If you're cooking dinner and reading a recipe, don't just read in your head, but read it aloud so that children can really see how important reading is and that it's a part of our lives every day. And the second thing would be to read with your child. You can have your child read a little bit and then you can read a little bit, but the most important part is the conversation.
Talking about the words is the next step for creating a great reader. Even in those moments where you don't want to hear another why from your 3-year-old, breathe, pause, and discuss.
So as you said, if a child is asking you 50 questions on every other page, you're saying stop.
Yes, for sure. Stop and answer the questions that the child may have to aid them in comprehension. That's why you're reading the book in the first place, so that they can gain some new knowledge, so that the child can be entertained. And don't rush the process. Allow the child to guide the whole experience.
Other simple suggestions. Sing the ABC song to your infant. You'll be surprised when they start to repeat it in the back seat. Make use of the environment. Read signs while you're driving. Point out the letters in their name. They'll catch on. And above all, be patient.
And remember to encourage your child. As parents, we're constantly correcting our children, but it's important to remember to encourage your children and to reinforce what they're doing right more than what they're doing wrong.
Columbus Academy believes the learning process should begin as soon as possible, and that's why they're so dedicated to the early years of education. You can see it all firsthand. They're having a pre-K and kindergarten showcase coming up on Wednesday, October 19th at 9:30 a.m. If you're interested, RSVP to the Academy Admissions Office at 614-509-2220.